Good Monday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com because meteorology rocks, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the daily video forecast discussion after a nice long weekend. It was a beautiful 4th of July weekend once the clouds and rain showers moved out, skies cleared out. Fireworks displays went off very nicely on Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday as well around the region. And here we are back to work on Monday for most of us. It's the 7th of July, 2014. And this morning we have some high and middle clouds which are moving off the coast now. Skies are clearing out with lots of sunshine to the north and west of the region this morning. Dew points noticeably higher now. They're running in the upper 50s and they're approaching the low to mid 60s again. So much more humid air is being infiltrated in on southwesterly winds around high pressure off the coast now. And the air temperatures this morning all running from the 70s and moving upwards now into the 80s during this afternoon. Land and sea advisories. Right now we do have a few of those. We have coastal high rip current risk actually from 2 p.m. this afternoon through the evening. Locations: Atlantic Ocean facing beaches of New York City and Long Island. Rip current risk is moderate to high late this afternoon and evening. Surf height around 2 to 4 feet, building to 3 to 6 feet late this afternoon and evening. There's no threat of lightning today, but the outlook of high risk of rip currents are possible late Tuesday afternoon and evening once again. And we have small craft advisories on the coastal waters here of New Jersey, and these are from 2 a.m. this morning right through 2 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Wind southwest 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet. These extend all the way down to the open waters of the Delaware here. And also we have small craft advisories from Sandy Hook, New Jersey out to Fire Island and inlet up to 20 nautical miles. Wind southwest 15 to 20 knots, gust up to 25 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet. And this is in effect until 6 p.m. on Tuesday evening. Things looking good on the aviational deck this morning. Good flying weather will prevail for one more day with VFR conditions in store. Southwesterly winds over the region with high pressure off the coast during the morning and afternoon. Gust could be as high as about 20 to 25 knots. Then after sunset, the wind will return to generally 10 knots or less. There could be a shower or thunderstorm far northern and western areas with daytime heating and a prefrontal trough developing both today and tomorrow afternoon, but the chances are low, not mentioned in any of the terminal area forecast. Now the outlook for Tuesday, starting VFR, but scattered to numerous showers are possible, especially along and west of the Delaware River, including Allentown, Reading, Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, Trenton, and Wilmington during tomorrow afternoon. Under any shower or thunderstorms that develop, NVFR or even brief IFR conditions again possible. Visibilities are gusting with winds and also possibly with these storms. Wednesday similar to Tuesday, starting with VFR, but MVFR and IFR conditions possible with any storms that develop. However, the higher threat for these storms will be further to the east, this time favoring Millville and Atlantic City. And then Thursday and Friday, generally VFR, small risk of a thunderstorm each day with MVFR conditions possible in any storms that develop. Also a small chance for MVFR to develop on Friday as the flow shifts to an onshore direction. Right now outside of Newark it's 76 degrees, dew point already coming up to 64 degrees, humidity 67%, the wind is southwest at 10. We have some scattered clouds at 20,000, broken at 25,000, basically VFR conditions in place. Philadelphia 76, dew point 62, humidity 62%, wind southwest 14. Same thing, broken ceilings 12,000 and 20,000 feet, VFR conditions. Well, we got rid of Arthur with very little, if any, impacts to our region. The next disturbance has about a 30% chance of, or about a 0% chance of cyclone formation in the next 48 hours. A trough of low pressure located just offshore of the coast of the Carolinas, producing some disorganized showers and a few thunderstorms. Surface pressures remain high across the area, and strong upper level winds should prevent any significant development of this system as it moves northeast at about 15 miles an hour over the next several days. There is a 0% chance of development over the next 5 days. Morning pass of the satellite imagery this morning. The visible satellite shows the mid and upper level cloud cover here across central and coastal New Jersey. That is beginning to dissipate. More clouds, debris clouds from showers and thunderstorms moving from off the Great Lakes into western New York State, and a bunch of clear skies across the New Jersey, New York City, Hudson Valley region into interior Connecticut this morning. Water vapor channel showing the same thing, dry, subsidence in place, southwesterly flow, pretty stable atmosphere here. Some showers and thunderstorms and some lightning strikes out here towards western Pennsylvania and the Ohio River Valley area. That will stay away from our region during today. But there could be a prefrontal trough that brings in an isolated shower or thunderstorm today and tomorrow across the region, even on Wednesday too. Right now, most of the area is completely dry and will be mostly so for most of today. And this week really features a typical summertime convection pattern continuing as the trough remains to our west. We're pretty much in a zonal flow, passages of these weak disturbances moving through prefrontal troughs in the afternoon. Temperatures both today, tomorrow afternoon getting into the upper 80s, lower 90s, central South Jersey, I-95 corridor there, the Delmarva region, Philadelphia, and a little bit cooler right along the immediate coast, but still temperatures going to be in the 80s right around the shore points as well. Most of the convection staying away from the area today, lots of sunshine, much more humid air mass in place today and tomorrow. Another prefrontal trough moving into the region. Skies clear off at night and just some patchy leftover clouds. Temperatures fall back into the 60s and 70s and then rise up from there back into the 80s and lower 90s again. Here is our disturbance that we mentioned offshore of the Carolinas this morning. That's moving out to sea, not affecting any landmass at all, and not even of tropical nature. And then a cold front moves into the region ahead of a warm front. This will be late Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. Could fire off some showers and thunderstorms again. South regions, north regions, we could be split in between with no precipitation in certain regions, so we'll just monitor that. Any of those showers and thunderstorms will contain heavy downpours, vivid lightning, and some small hail as possible as well. And then just basically a partly cloudy start. Wednesday afternoon fills in with a little bit more cloud cover as another frontal structure approaches the region. And another weak disturbance in the atmosphere. Temperatures a little cooler with the cloud cover, but still humid conditions on Wednesday, with temperatures running basically in the 80s once again. And pattern's going to stay pretty active as we forecasted for most of the summer. Basically, upper trough and polar jet stream continues to be active with our upper low here south of the Aleutian Islands, pumping in lots of disturbances over the top of the ridge, which is beginning to flatten out and shift back to the west-southwest again as each disturbance in the polar flow drives south and east, developing a trough and pushing the trough axes to the east coast under Bermuda High offshore with an extension back into the plain states. This means the troughs are slow to reach the area as the cold fronts are slow to reach the area and probably stall out again by later Thursday and Thursday night. And eventually that upper trough begins to flatten out once again as we get through Friday into the weekend, and then high pressure begins to build in. But another disturbance in the polar flow moves into the region, re-emphasizing the trough axis again to our west by the weekend. We're again in the warm and humid air mass again by the weekend, and then the trough axis comes in again. But we could be dealing with, though, our 8th weekend in a row of generally fair weather. There is an outlier where on Saturday night or early Sunday morning, a warm front moving through the region could actually provoke showers and thunderstorms. But if that's not going to be the case, if that's not going to be that widespread, then we could be dealing with our 8th pleasant weekend in a row. It's just the way that the weather patterns are falling into place, leaving us with stormy periods during the week and pleasant conditions on the weekend. And we'll do the GFS into motion here. And here is a disturbance here out of southeastern Canada. Prefrontal trough across the region. You can see the mean height falls here toward the west, so we remain on the eastern side of this with a warm and humid air mass, Bermuda High type situation in place across the region. And these begin to wash out a little bit. Another prefrontal trough approaching the region with the cold front approaching the region Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, stalling out across the region, showers and thunderstorms to the south and north. And we might be bifurcated in between with very little activity from this, but then the trough begins to sharpen up with another disturbance making its way to the coast by Wednesday night and Thursday morning, and this brings more showers and thunderstorms into the region's central and southern portions, especially the Delmarva region. Then high pressure tries to build in as the front is off the east coast now, but slowly moving away. High pressure building in over the top here on Thursday afternoon and Thursday night, trying to keep the weather dry. The front stalled out around the mid-Atlantic coast states. Moisture on the northern edge of this could be getting into the region as a disturbance or low pressure develops right along the old frontal boundary and tries to weaken as high pressure builds in across the region. Should be nice for Friday afternoon and Friday night. Again, a warm front moving into the region might provoke some showers and thunderstorms across the region later during that period. Right now the atmosphere looks like it's going to be pretty dry, and we'll squeeze play in between the old frontal boundary and then a new disturbance in the polar stream beginning the trough axis here across the Great Lakes, keeping us on the east side of this again and with unsettled weather conditions. This is our 8 to 10 day mean 500 millibar height anomalies across the regions. The oranges are the high pressure blocks, and the lows are the basically or deviations from normal, as well with the cooler blue colors here. What this is basically telling us is that basically the ridge axis over the top here in Canada and off the west coast of the United States is promoting high pressure ridging across the western continental divide, and then these troughs get cut off with low disturbances in them embedded in the flow here across the Great Lakes to the southern plain states. This kind of forecast bears watching, because what's going to happen is a cooler forecast, not necessarily much cooler than average, but we remain on the eastern side of these areas of low pressure and troughiness, so that means plenty of action where disturbance is moving through, cold fronts beginning to slow up as they reach the east coast, and plenty of moisture being advected in from off the ocean and from the southwest means plenty of moisture still on the way for this month. And this places us about the mid part of July. So once again, thanks for stopping by. You have a pleasant Monday, and we'll be back bright and early in video form on Tuesday. Welcome back to the work week, everyone. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith.